and welcome to a family cruising special from Cruise1st with Derek and Polly. It's time to max out the value and up the adventure for amazing family cruising, making really special memories all the way.
That's right, this is a really exciting show actually, and we'll showcase 3 hand-picked offers from Royal Caribbean, MSC and Princess Cruises and show you what great value you could get when you decide to get the family together and cruise away to exciting holiday adventures. We've got low deposits and the Cruise1st magic when it comes to making it all very simple just by arranging it all for you.
We're off for an Orlando stay and Caribbean cruise later, and there's a trip to the Canaries on the way where the whole family goes all-inclusive. But we'll start off with a family adventure with Royal Caribbean and an exciting week away together cruising Spain and Portugal on the fun-filled Independence of the Seas right here in Southampton on the 31st of May. Oh yes, look at that. Can you imagine the most amazing family experience with Royal Caribbean? It really is the ultimate cruise line for adventure and activities. The kids are just going to love it. And I think the lovely thing about when you go somewhere like this and do something like this with the kids, Royal Caribbean, because at home you try and do family things. I know this is sort of like, right, we'll do a family movie night, we'll do this. The phone's ringing, mum's got to put the washing on, or dad. Let's not be sexist. You know what I mean? Got food cooking. Whereas here you are really all together and you're just going to make the most amazing memories all together, and you're all going to be relaxed and have time for each other and doing such fun things. I mean, on board Independence of the Seas, just like there's so many activities you could do as a family. You've got the escape room on board. How much fun would that be? You've got laser tag as well. You could go ice skating. You've got mini golf. You've got movie screens. You've got rock climbing. I mean, there is so much to do on board, but I mean, I don't know about you and your kids. Mine are happy just to have our attention in the swimming pool because it's just not something you get to do in everyday life. All be together, just in the pool, just chilling out, all be together, having a meal together at the same time. You know, daily life's really, really difficult. And I don't know, once the kids start doing activities after school and stuff, to actually all get together is really hard. So this is just going to be the most amazing experience. When it comes to dining, the kids are going to be happy. This is going to be the place they want to go, isn't it? Johnny Rockets, yum, 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 lovely burgers.
I was just thinking both way rounds as well. You've kind of got new experiences, haven't you? Because you've got the adults who are going back and having more the kind of, you know, the diner and Johnny Rockets thing. Yes, it is a grown-up thing, but, you know, it's great fun for the kids and great fun for the adults because we all love a cheeky burger and chips, don't we? So that's wonderful. But also, you know, if you've got children with you who've never sat in a steakhouse before and done the full big table, you know, all nicely laid out and ever, again, that's a lovely experience for them, isn't it?
It's so special, and I've found as well as a mum, that's when my kids have tried new foods, always on holiday, because they see something on my plate, and you know, if they don't like it, it's fine, but you know, they're going to try different things, because it's a relaxed environment. It's not like, Mike, try this, go on, try it. It's all fun. Look at that. I mean, the shows in the evening, you're just going to have the best time, and Royal Caribbean are so well designed that yes, the kids are so happy and entertained, but mum and dad are too, and that's what it's all about. It's not just about the kids, it's about all of you as a unit, and you all getting the most out of it, and you definitely will be. Look at that, bit of Grease, singing along, do-up.
Yeah, and it could be that, you know, you disappear off the theatre to watch Grease and the kids go off in their kids club and have a great time. So out of Southampton we go.
Arriving in Vigo in Spain. Lovely beaches here for you to enjoy as a family. If you want to go and do something more historical with them, you've got the Castro Fortress as well to see some great views of Vigo Bay. It's on to Lisbon in Portugal next, where you've got an overnight on board in port. Here you could take a little trip to Sintra. It's a fairy tale town and it's got castles and palaces as well, which I think the kids would absolutely love.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, to have that moment of like, oh my gosh, the real princesses actually live here. On to La Coruña, which is next. Here you've got the Tower of Hercules. I'm sure they've all seen the Disney movie Hercules. Well, here they can see the UNESCO World Heritage Site, one of the world's oldest working Roman lighthouses, offering amazing views of the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, you really are. They're on holiday, but you're actually teaching them a bit about history and they won't even know it. A day at sea takes you back to Southampton and you'll have just had the most incredible family time.
Well, let's face it. I mean, you are heading out to Spain and Portugal here. We are talking about the end of May, the beginning of June. So I'm just thinking, as naturally I do, you know, You think family, I'm thinking weather. So I'm thinking as we sail away from Southampton and we're closer to Spain, we're already getting better weather, aren't we? You know, so you are taking them out to the sun as well. Fingers crossed, it's all good. But you know what? Even if it's not sunny, when you're on board a ship like Independence of the Seas, remember, you've got this whole indoor world as well, which is all about family fun, which is all about having a great time, whatever the weather might be. But actually, at this time of the year, if you're sailing over to Spain and Portugal, happy days. You can book this today with a low deposit that starts from just £150 per person. And there are other dates for the cruise itself in May and July. But let me put all this together as a family for the 31st of May. So it's the 7-night full board Royal Caribbean cruise on Independence of the Seas over to ports in Spain, and that overnight, so 2 days in Lisbon to and from Southampton, so no flying to worry about either. All your food, lovely activities, fabulous entertainment and so much more. The Royal Caribbean magic for the whole family included while you're on board. Now the price I'm going to give you is based on a family of 3, that's 2 adults and 1 child. So let's show you the price for all 3 of you, and I think you will be pleasantly surprised by what we can conjure up here, because that's a wonderful 7-night full board cruise with one of the biggest names in the cruise business with Royal Caribbean, 2 adults and 1 child. Normally that has PP next to it, which means per person, but this is for your family of 3, 2 adults and a child. And now you're thinking, well, hang on a second, it's all very well good, Derek. We've got 2 kids, what do we do? Do we choose the favourite one? No, there's your punishment for not doing all of your homework. You get to stay at home, we mummy and daddy. And Robert, we get to do the cruise. No, let me show you a price tag for a family of 4 as well. So for 2 adults and 2 children as well. If you have more children, then you're going to have to talk to the team and we'll do all the maths for you as well. But there are lovely family rooms available. There are interconnecting cabins as well and things like that. So if you have got a larger family group with you, we're just making this a family special just to give you an idea of the kind of value that you can achieve and get yourself away on a wonderful cruise together with the family as well. And I think that's excellent value for money, I have to say. You are looking at the big name of Royal Caribbean. They lay so much on in the standard price of the cruise as well, which I think is great. You know, lots of the food and included dining for you, things like the kids clubs, and kids have, you know, different kids clubs depending on age as well. So again, talk to the team about that. And listen, this might be part of a wider family group as well that you might want to take. So it might be the whole family, you know, it might be nanny and granddad, auntie and uncle, mum and dad, and the kids as well. You know, it's not unusual for people to come and cruise with us and they're taking 15 people, 16, 20, 25 people away as a family group. So again, always talk to us on 0800 953 4700. And listen, when we're showing you these great offers, if you're sitting there and you're tempted but you haven't cruised yet, here's why you should.
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your ensuite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily servicing provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. If that sounds too much, then feel free to relax, unwind, and watch the world go by in a solarium, or around one of the pools, or even in a hot tub. If you're cruising as a family, then the little ones will be well taken care of, with a range of kids clubs available for all ages from morning till late. Plus, no matter what the age, everyone can have a thrilling time with rock climbing walls, zip lines, water parks, skating, simulators, and even bumper cars. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's always snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment. From Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, and silent discos, as well as onboard nightclubs, allowing you to dance the night away. So if you want more holiday for less money, make sure you choose to cruise.
And I was just thinking there, listen, spot the man with no children here. I have cats, but I was just thinking room service 24 hours a day on a cruise is your best friend, surely, as parents, depending on the age of your kids as well.
Crumbs in the bed.
Well, I was just thinking more on a practical basis because, you know, kids want to eat at the funniest of times sometimes.
Well, this is what's great, because I know what I've often done on holiday with the kids is you can take them to the buffet restaurant earlier and fill them up, and then say you're going to a nicer restaurant a bit later, they're not arriving, can we have bread, can we have this? And
Fill them up.
Well, do you know what I mean? And then they can sort of sit at the table.
Yeah.
When the children were younger, that was a bit of a technique on holiday.
Okay.
Great idea when you're cruising.
More mothering family tips coming from Polly as we go through the show. Right, I want to show you another family offer that we've got, and this is exceptional with a cruise line that lots of you know and you love, because we're off on board on an exciting 12-night family all-inclusive cruise to the Sunshine, should I say, on board the UK's favourite MSC ship to and from Southampton. You know who we're talking about. It is the MSC Virtuosa. And this is smack bang in the school summer holidays when you want it to be. It's a lovely 12-night cruise going on the 9th of August. I think that works for all school holidays pretty much.
It does, and the weather as well works for you and your weather.
Yes, it does.
Going to this part of the world.
You've got to have the sunshine, haven't you?
You've got to have the sunshine, especially on board Virtuosa, because you've got that water park outside, haven't you, to enjoy?
You have got lots of space outside.
Slides and things like that, which the kids will absolutely love, and you can do it with them. You can be a big kid too. Again, sort of family things to do, the sportsplex, lots going on there. If they do want to go to Kids Club, I know when we were on board, it will mean nothing to you, but there was the Lego Friends, which is, there was like monument things of them, so that's sort of on board as well. And Do Re Mi, which is like the Kids Club mascot.
Yeah, they have the characters that walk around the ship.
Yeah,
well, don't
fantastic. Oh, there we are. There's the water park. Look at that. I mean, imagine how much fun you'd have. A bowling alley on board. It's so nice to have all this here on site, so to speak. You don't have to arrange, like, oh God, we park there and do this. All these things you want to do in daily life, but it's just really hard to put together. You're going to have the best family time doing things like this together. I mean, we did it all together as a family, didn't we?
We did.
Who's mum and dad out of us? Us.
Yeah,
you're definitely dad.
I'm definitely dad. Yeah.
That makes me mum. Anyway, you can have a great time, but if you do want to escape and you've got 5 minutes yourself, you can nip to the spa and leave the other half in charge, and then you can all regroup and meet later on in the evening. There's something for sort of everyone if you do want that alone time. If the kids do want to go to the kids club for a little bit and you want some grown-up time, then you can all meet, have dinner together, or go and watch the show together as well. We saw the arcades there as well before. Great games. Kids will love that.
And remember, every time you want to do something different as well, again, listen, I'm guessing at the practicalities of parenthood, I look from afar, but, you know, the kids suddenly need to get changed or whatever it might be, and that can be a bit of calamity if you're on a normal holiday, because we've all got to traipse back to the hotel and get it all sorted and then go back out again. When you're on a cruise ship, you know, that kind of stuff, you know, if you have a daughter who is an angel and a princess, but she needs to change 6 times a day.
Do you know my eldest?
I need the outfit now for this, or I've seen somebody in this, I'm going to change.
Yeah.
They can do that and have that flexibility. I know that's a purely practical thing, but I just think anything that kind of takes a little bit of the potential heat out of family holidays.
Well, that's interesting. Another aspect is if you've got young children and they're in the pram in a stroller, so easy on a cruise ship. It's all kind of to navigate, especially on Virtuosa. It's all a straight line.
Smooth.
There's lifts to every floor, really accessible. There's like you say, baby changing facilities everywhere, or you can nip back to the room, which is amazing. And as well, with dining with kids, they are hungry at all different times. You could just go to the buffet 24/7 and there's something for them if they're hungry outside of what you may have booked.
Or that magic room service that we were talking about before. So let's do it then. 12 nights in and out of Southampton. Where are we off to?
We're arriving first in Lisbon, in Portugal. Lovely here. You could take them to the Belém Tower, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but I think the kids might prefer the ocean area in there. It's a bit like SeaWorld.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I think that's more of a family-friendly thing to do. They'll really, really enjoy that. A day at sea, and then you're going to arrive in Funchal, in Madeira. It's a really beautiful market town here. Lots of lovely things to have a little stroll around. Maybe you could have a Madeira wine while the children have a milkshake.
All of you in a toboggan ride coming down. You know, take cable car up, toboggan ride down. That's what you do, is all together.
Love that. Gran Canaria is next. I mean, I think find a beach, water sports,
lots
Lilo.
of splash parks.
What's it? A pedalo? with the slides on the back. That's the thing
cool.
you might want to do while you're there.
Yep.
As well. On to Tenerife next. The volcano there is really, really interesting. I remember going as kids as well, but they're going to want to go to the Siam water park. It's amazing. You have got so many water slides. Best family fun there as well. Next, we're going to Lanzarote. Great beaches here for the kids to enjoy. And there's another aqua park here, which is amazing. Really, really easy to get to as well. Oh my gosh, I've actually been to it. Some of the slides are really, really scary. And they have dolphin show as well while you're there, which is brilliant. Then we're going to Vigo in Spain, which is lovely. Lots of lovely cultural things to do. You might want to immerse them in a bit of culture. So they go home thinking, well, we learnt something about the world. Maybe go to the cathedral while you're there.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
They're
going to say it was lovely and sunny and look at my tan.
And do you know what? You don't have to get off the cruise ship. You don't have to go and visit. Do you know what? If they're having the best time in the pool on the cruise ship, just why not stay? Just enjoy yourself.
And you were talking about scary slides in some of these places in the water parks, you know, like, and I've witnessed very, very recently, you know, doing theme parks and whatever over in the States, that actually 6 and 7-year-olds are the most fearless and they will just go on any old ride that you look at and you go, are you sure? And there are the 6 and 7-year-olds going, yeah, again. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Anyway, lovely. It's great. It takes you back to the days where you had no fear. There's another date in April and another date in October for the cruise as well, but I'll price up the package as it is because it's smack bang in the school holidays as well. This is the 9th of August. Deposit today of just £100 each. It's 12 nights of MSC Virtuosa cruising in and out of Southampton to Lisbon in Portugal, Madeira, the Canaries and Spain. Now, I mentioned that it's all-inclusive for the whole family, and I want to explain that because I just read it in the introduction and thought, oh, that sounds wrong. But let me explain. So, for the family of 3 price that I'm going to give you, which is 2 adults and a child, both adults will have the premium extra drinks package. That's the super-duper drinks package that you want to enjoy because it's beers, wine, spirits, cocktails, champagne by the glass, etc., etc., etc. One at a time, responsibly, of course. But also, for the child, they will have what's called a minor drinks package, which of course is for soft drinks and sodas and such like. All of your gratuities are already included. We know this with MSC, that's a given. So let me give you your family of 3 price then. That's 2 adults and a child for this one. And there is your total family price there for what is, you know, 12 nights of everyone has a drinks package. You've got 12 nights of, you know, fun in the sun. We are right smack bang in the middle of the school holidays. This, for me, just seems like if I were arranging a family, and forgive me, I have no children, I have no idea what it's like trying to arrange a family holiday like this with children, but you know what? I think actually something like this just makes life very, very simple because you know where you're going, you know you've got that environment of the ship, you know it's well catered for in terms of facilities for the whole family, things you can all do together. You've got the kids club, so sometimes, you know, mum and dad can go off and have dinner themselves, and the kids can, you know, go off to the kids facilities there. You know what? I can see the sense in this. Now, again, if you're thinking, hang on a second, Derek, I've got 2 children. What about the other one? Well, let's give you a family of 4 price tag as well. There they are. Quick look at that. So the family of 4 price obviously is based on 2 adults and 2 children. 2 adults, of course, have the premium extra drinks package, and the 2 children have the minor drinks package. And that's all sorted. So if you're interested, you want to know more, just call the team right now, 0800 953 4700, and we will hook you up with the deals. It's as simple as that. What a lovely, lovely idea that sounds, you know, all getting away on that lovely sunshine cruise for 12 nights together. Amazing. Call us now, 0800 953 4700. Oh my word, I have waited for this moment, Polly. Release.
Right, now when you say the word Orlando, you immediately think of the family-friendly theme park. So we've combined a week in the heart of International Drive with a fabulous Princess Cruise for February in 2026 with a family-friendly price tag to match. So we're going to start your 2 weeks by flying over to Orlando. Derek's just been, and we have to get straight to the theme parks first, surely.
Absolutely.
So we've booked you in 7 nights in a hotel in Orlando first. Now, you have just got back.
Oh, my word.
You're a first-timer. Tell me what you thought of it. And was it what you expected?
And I'm not a child, but it did turn me into a child for a few days, let me tell you. you will just love it. It's why people come to Orlando, right? It's why any family would come to Orlando, because you want to go and see all of the parks. While I was there with Mr. P and Richard, we did Universal. I've never been on scarier rides in my whole life. The Velocicoaster I'll never recover from, the Hulk ride. Then we went to Busch Gardens as well and did the biggest wooden roller coaster in North America. We did SeaWorld as well, which had some very, very interesting rides in it. But this is why people come to Orlando. This is why you need a week here. And it's not all about the theme parks, but you need a week to kind of cover them all and have a bit of relaxation and downtime in between them as well. So this is just the perfect family break in Orlando. It's a holiday in itself. It's worth its weight in gold in terms of joy and happiness for the whole family. But that's not the end of this holiday, because then we nip down to Port Canaveral, which of course is the port for Orlando, and we get on board Sky Princess, all of us, and you've got 6 nights on board to enjoy. And this is where things, well, don't necessarily slow down that much, because, you know, this can still be high octane family fun. The kids are going to love, absolutely love, being on a princess cruise.
They are, and I was just thinking, I know a family that went on a princess cruise recently, and I mean, this is a real mum comment, but they obviously you have a night where you're all dressed up, and when do you ever have a nice family photo? Well, on board they had professional photographers, and they had this family photo shoot, and obviously they put them on Facebook, and I thought, how lovely to sort of get those special photos and take the time to do that, because there's always, even if you get a selfie, there's always someone that looks terrible, isn't there, in the picture, but you all sat relaxed. It's nice to have a proper shoot where you.
And how many times do you hear the phrase, "Oh, they grow up so quickly"? Don't
Yeah, they do.
And you're capturing that moment in time, aren't you, on a holiday like this?
I know, and
Tear in your eye thinking.
Oh, I do, because I'm always taking pictures of my children. They're like, "Mum, stop it! I need to remember this
you've
moment."
Got to,
yeah, you do. So, I mean, in terms of being entertained on board, like Derek says, you're all going to absolutely love it. You've got the voice of the ocean, which I think the kids and the grown-ups are going to love. So you've seen the TV show, The Voice. Well, it's kind of a spin-off show. There's live performances. There's professional mentors. There's auditions, everything, judges, and those iconic rotating chairs and the big buzzer thing.
And that's something, when it's on the telly, right, you all sit and watch together anyway.
Of course.
So, you know, you're used to viewing that as a family already, aren't you?
Oh, just so much good things to do. And I think as well, like going to a show, I know as well, my kids are really into musical theatre at the moment, but by the time you've all booked to go to wherever your local theatre is, or even, you know, go down to London, it's a lot of money. You have got Broadway style shows included almost every night of the week where you can all go and do that. I mean, that's absolutely amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All that entertainment on board and opening their eyes. If you haven't done that before, you know, getting them the opportunity to do something different, to see a singer, to see a show. You know, these are really, really special family moments that you're going to enjoy. Look at that swimming pool.
And just going back to something I said before, I think actually, you know, there's very little stress points in a holiday like this when you're on a cruise. Everything's very, very relaxed, and that actually makes for a really, really good holiday. Of course, you're going to love the time in the theme parks in Orlando, but once you're on the cruise as well, it's just very serene and very relaxed, and you're going to these amazing places. I mean, look at where we're going over our 6 nights.
I know, so cruising out of Port Canaveral to the Bahamas, wow. Here you can take a trip to Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. You've got aquariums, water parks, marine habitats, or you might just want to relax on the beaches, but definitely something to keep everyone within their family happy. Then you're going to Princess Keys in the Bahamas. Now, this is Princess's private island. So, I mean, personally, if I was there with my children, I'd like to treat ourselves to a nice private cabana and have an exclusive day, but that isn't going to happen in reality. The kids are going to love the water sports, aren't they, while you're there? I mean, have your children ever tried water skiing, going on a banana boat? These are all the amazing things and the opportunities you can give them. You're going to make memories. They're going to come home thinking, wow, I got to swim with turtles.
I can hear them now saying, I'm not sitting here with you all day, Mum.
Next, it's Grand Turks and Caicos. Here, look, the amazing, iconic lighthouse. You might want to drag them up to that and visit it, but they're not going to want to do that. In the beach, aren't they? Snorkeling and enjoying that as well. So cruising back to Port Canaveral and in Florida, where you'll come off the cruise ship and we'll fly you home.
This is just the perfect holiday. If I was 6 or 7 right now, and listen, we might have 6 or 7-year-olds watching this right now because Mum and Dad have left the telly on the last channel they were watching, which is usually us,
of course,
one way or the other, and the kids have turned on the telly. Oh, you're watching that again? Well, you're always watching that cruise channel, aren't you? And if your eyes are lighting up at the prospect of this right now, then make sure you, if you've got your Sky remote in your hand right now, just press it's the red R, isn't it, I think, on the Sky remote that will record the show, so you can show it to mum and dad, auntie and uncle, nan and granddad, whoever needs to see it. Because imagine the joy and the eyes that would absolutely light up if this were booked right now, with over a year to look forward to it as well, because this is 2 weeks for February in 2026. It's the flights to and from Orlando for all three of you. This is based on a family of 3, 2 adults, 1 child. An exciting 7-night hotel stay over in International Drive in Orlando, which is just incredible. That's your time to check out all of the parks. It's not just about the theme parks in Orlando as well. Massive attractions there that you can all go and enjoy as a family, and great shopping, of course. Always make room for that while you're in Orlando. And if that wasn't enough, you've got another 6 nights of cruising with Princess to the Bahamas, to the Princess Private Resort over in the Bahamas, which I think is absolutely fantastic, because that's just yours, just the people from the ship. That's yours for the day. It's brilliant. Your deposits on this start at just £199 per person. And I'm going to give you now the combined price for 2 adults and a child together to do this, because I'm liking the sound of it already. Can I come? Did you slip me in somewhere? Look at that. Now that is good when you consider how complete it all is. I have and had no idea what family holidays abroad kind of cost. It's not in my horizon to even think about it. I don't have children, but talking to a lot of my friends who do have families, and they tell me the kind of numbers they spend on much simpler holidays actually, and how they rocket out of control very, very quickly, tells me that that is great value for money. Now, there are other dates available for the package in January and February in 2026. So call the team, because they'll give you prices. Price varies by date, obviously. And if you're a family of 4, so 2 adults and 2 children, let's show you the price for that as well. And I know, you know, when it comes to family holiday, I was going to say family planning then. It's too late for that by that stage, isn't it? Family holiday planning is what I meant. You go with your dream, don't you? You go to your plans with your dream of what you would like to do, and then quite often the price tags make you scale down your plans massively.
100%. Yeah, you've got to be realistic.
And actually, you know, this isn't something that necessarily you'll do every single year or 3 times a year or whatever. You know, it's at significant points in your life. But if you think back to your own childhood, you know, as simple as those days were, not for you, Polly, obviously, because you're far too young, but if I go back in time, you know, simple pleasures was, you know, 2 or 3 days in a B&B by the seaside with the family was something spectacular. And that was way back then. No, I'm not telling you when, you cheeky Watsits. But you know what I mean, don't you? You know, you go back to your own childhood and the pleasure that actually, and the memories that brought you. Those photos that you still have, real photos, kids, that you can hold in your hand. You think back to that. I mean, this is the modern day equivalent of creating those memories, really, isn't it?
Oh, I mean, they shape you though, don't they, as well?
They very much do, yeah.
I think travel, for us, it broadens the mind, but for children, it's amazing what it might awaken in them and make them think where they want to live when they're old, what career they want to do. I find that with my kids, they take from a holiday different things for what I thought they would take from it. And then they're inspired afterwards, like, oh, we might live there one day. And I'm thinking, I love that they've got those dreams.
And the other thing is, of course, you always want to give your kids what you might not necessarily have enjoyed yourself earlier in life. Anyway, listen, happy families, everyone. Go and get planning, go and get booking right now. There are some big adventures out there. Thanks for your company as always. See you back here soon.